So, I knew Clint before he was here at Furman. Both being from Texas, you kind of know everybody. You kind of know who is the best players, and from your area in particular. So, I played with Clint 2001 and 2002. So he was a freshman. I was 2 years older than him. I was a junior. My junior and senior year, we played together. But really, I'd say he. He really started coming on. We had such a great team back then. So, uh, you know, uh, he really started coming on his sophomore year, and I think, he was not our top recruit coming in. Wasn't a starter when he came in. In fact, Ricardo Clark, who played in the last World Cup alongside of him, who also played for Furman, was a big name recruit. He was the one that we all kind of knew. So Clint kind of. And it's a credit to Clint because this has been the story of his whole career. He kind of had something to prove, definitely proved himself here at Furman. I'd say his sophomore year was uh, kind of the year that everything really came together for him. He went from not being a starter to being an All Southern Conference pick to really his sophomore year. It was an All American. He's not really an outspoken player, but his actions have always spoken louder than his words. And I think, when he was named captain of the national team, we all knew that it was because of what he does on the field. Um, he was going to be the first in line to do whatever it takes to get the win, to get the goal. He's that type of player. So there's certain captains that lead by example, lead by actions. There's certain captains that are verbally, leading players and organizing and communicating. He just falls under that category of follow my lead because of what I do. Uh, the night before he left for Brazil last weekend, at Jacksonville, me and my family, we got to go to the game in Jacksonville and spent 2 days with him. Was in his hotel room and had dinner with him the night before he left, and we've kept in touch, through text message and email, obviously. And in fact, my wife Olivia and his wife Beth, who's a Furman grad as well, are really close. We're sorority sisters, so we've been able to keep in touch with him and to see his career. And at the end of the day, honestly, he's still the kid from Nacogdoches, Texas. So when you're hanging out with him and you see him, he's the same person. And so it's kind of neat because everyone else sees him as the cover of Rolling Stone magazine and cover of Sports Illustrated and the captain of America national team. And for us, he's still just the Texas boy who loves to fish, loves to rap, and is a great soccer player. So he stayed very humble. He's he's a good friend, and I couldn't be more proud of him. Not just to see what he's doing on the soccer field, but to see him now with his family and three kids. It's amazing to see where he's come from and where he is now. But I think just in general, kids nowadays, regardless of race or ethnicity, are playing soccer more than they did 10, 15 years ago. I think it goes back to just the sport has grown. It's not viewed as kind of that foreigner sport anymore. We have a professional league now, and at all levels, it's just gotten better in terms of knowledge of the game. So, you look in South Carolina and you see the youth sport here, particularly in Greenville, is huge. There's big clubs here in Greenville. And, the opportunities in soccer have just grown every year. I mean, every year. And I think that's what attracts kids, especially after the World Cup, to pursue some of the upper level soccer opportunities. I think kids are they're better than at soccer than the kids that when I was playing. I mean, the kids now are so much better, and I think there's more coaches. The knowledge is better now than what it was 10, 15 years ago. There's more opportunities for kids. I think soccer in this country has grown. 15 years ago, it was a sport that was only played by foreigners, and you had English coaches come over here, and now you see Americans who have grown up playing soccer, have grown up in the system, who have played at high levels, and now who are coaching. So it's helped at every level. I think just in general, the sport has grown, which has helped youth sports grow, which has helped college soccer grow, which has helped the MLS grow, which is now why you see fans everywhere watching the World Cup. I think it's a big part of American sports culture now. We've always been super proud of Clint. Everybody that I talk to recruits and they know Clint Dempsey went to Furman, so it helps us on a daily basis really for the program, and it's something that our kids in the locker room, they all know that this is where Clint sat, and I'm playing on the same field that Clint played. So, for our program, it has always helped. I think now because he's on his third World Cup, and he's the captain of the team, and everybody's kind of assuming this is his last World Cup. I think now we're starting to see, um, you know, the locals, Greenville in particular, kind of, uh, you know, take it to another level in terms of being proud of him and showcasing that he spent some time here, and there's a direct link and a connection with Furman and the World Cup team. So yeah, I mean the media has definitely been picked up because of the World Cup, and that's what World Cups do.